Ave Maria, gratia plena, Dominus tecum, benedictus tui mulieribus, et benedictus fructus ventris tui, Iesus. Santa Maria, Mater Dei, pro nobis peccatoribus, Señor, Ecce Domini.
He's not a saint because of the miraculous gifts that he had. I mean, most notable is the stigmata. He had the wounds of Christ through his hands, his feet, and his heart. He had that for 50 years, bleeding continuously, losing so much blood, but never becoming anemic. The wounds never became infected. Other areas of his body healed naturally and normally, but the stigmata never closed. It was taken away from him shortly before his death. So he had the stigmata. He had other mystical gifts like cardiognosis. He could read hearts. So in the confessional, you wouldn't need to tell him your sins. He could tell you. I can remember a friend of mine went to him for confession, having not been for years, and Padre Pio at the end of the confessional said, "Now, is there something else?" And this gentleman said, "No, Padre, there's nothing else. Think about it. Is there nothing else?" And then Padre Pio began to explain in detail a mortal sin he had committed decades before that he had forgotten. And he says, "Yes, Father, I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry, it just slipped my mind." And he granted him absolution. And then this man had a tire explode in his face, and it made him blind and severed his olfactory nerves. And yet all at once in the confessional, this man starts like battling the air. He started getting very violent because all of a sudden he could smell the fragrance of Padre Pio's blood, which had the distinct aroma of flowers and various other things. Padre Pio would make himself present by different scents, but he didn't know that he could smell again. He just knew that something was happening to him. And so Padre Pio restored his sense of smell. He would have restored his sense of sight too, probably, but Padre Pio said to him it might be an occasion of sin if he could see again, so he would rather remain blind than be able to see.